In Profondeur is an independent avant-garde brand working to redefine the meaning of luxury. Acting almost as an anti-fashion fashion brand, kind of took all the things that I didn't like about the sector and its norms and tried to challenge them. I wanted to take all of the elements that are typically luxurious in appearance and try and mirror them in my brand values, valuing brand and cost transparency, vulnerability, and authenticity throughout. This concept explores unconventional ways of constructing and follows a zero-waste production approach. En Profondeur believes in the careful curation of a timeless, trendless wardrobe and is not subject to the fashion calendar. En Profondeur is not willing to sacrifice quality, nor jeopardise the state of the environment to adhere to current trends, and believes in the preservation and well-being of the earth, working to contribute as little waste as possible to the industry and exploring the use of non-toxic dyes and the repurposing of pre-loved garments.
From your favourite old jumper to how the light falls into the corner of the living room. More often in life, the smallest of pleasures largely go unnoticed. The sound of rain was born out of an ever-present desire for a feeling of comfort and connection, exploring the relationship we have to our clothing, belongings, to people and places, both to each other and to ourselves. With an authentic, thoughtful and concept-led approach to design, the Sound of Rain aims to provide seasonless and timeless pieces where functionality goes hand in hand with feelings and emotions.
Now, human cloning raises deep ethical concerns. There is virtually unanimous consensus in the scientific and medical communities that attempting to use known cloning techniques to actually create a human being is untested, unsafe, and morally unacceptable.
Standal is a concept-led worldwide virtual platform for everyone to celebrate the future of fashion, music and dance in a postmodern world. Standal aims to recreate the same sense of energy, embodiment, and community felt at a live music event. Now more than ever, people are craving a community vibe. Music and clubbing are, and always have been, an escape for many, and here at Standal, we want to connect people online in the hope that they appreciate they are not alone. We're all here for that same feeling. We might be this, that, or somewhere in between, but never other. In this VR space we're all equal. For Standal's first drop we have explored, in a conceptual manner, speculative scenarios in the evolution of life and how climate change will play a role. Stemming from a Darwinism idea of evolution, the collection will be a timeline of pure prediction of how the human body will respond in possible situations. Created with real biological principles in mind, and exploring possible processes to inform silhouette.
Women in society today are encouraged to not differ from the norm, wear flattering clothes to help fit in, yet lack the ability to provide any functionality. ZWB is challenging the lack of practicality as well as the outdated notion that women's clothing concerns visuals only. Aesthetics are permanently chosen over function, with no evidence to suggest that they are mutually exclusive. I've always found a fascination with shape and form in my surroundings. As a result, ZWB looks at how clothing can encompass both practical and conceptual desires of women today.
Goose Lane's first collection is all about food, the colours, textures, patterns and shapes, how people feel while they eat and what they do. All of it inspires us. Large kitsch prints in clashing colours adorn all garments and accessories, depicting indulgent slices of cake, dripping in strawberry jam, a bursting burger with toasted sesame seeds scattered on top, and much more. Colours are all inspired by an extravagant meal, with sweet treats and savoury dishes, all to fill you with your favourite food moments.
The capacity of a person or group of people to act independently and to make their own free choices. Agency, the sociology definition. Agency is a UK-based independent menswear brand that is founded upon community and design. It lives to empower and enrich the inner creatives. Agency believes creatives attract creatives, the act of coming together to create, share and inspire, providing a space to allow its consumers to discover, connect and express themselves. Agency's launch collection Namshi brings together the essence of hardmanship and daringness from the Himalayan Sherpa community. From rich, dark, earthy undertones to the vibrancy above the clouds at 18,000 feet bring its colour story. The historic 1953 first summit to the high valleys of present day marks the narrative. Descending throughout prints to layered silhouettes, Agency celebrates the extraordinary community and their landscape.
Causeway was created to fill a gap in the market for 12 to 16-year-olds. From research and personal experience, I found that there isn't a brand aimed at teenagers, so I wanted to bridge the gap between children's wear and women's wear. The launch collection was inspired by my trip to the Lake District, with wildflowers and hill landscapes inspiring my prints, and details and fabrics inspired by miners' uniforms.
The Autumn-Winter 21 Any Man collection is based around the historic and current trends in the ski industry, creating timeless pieces that can sit alongside other lifestyle garments but still fulfill all the needs of a ski garment, responding to the clear gap in the market of sustainable, technical and well thought out aesthetic in menswear products, using new shapes, advanced tailoring and pattern cutting and new styles, while also understanding the dynamics of the human body, fitting correctly with the appropriate shaping to enhance movements made when skiing. The collection celebrates the recreational sports and utilising patterns and colours used within ski maps and mountain landscapes.
The Oath brand is an independent fashion label that promotes positivity, inclusivity and individuality, designing fun, charming investment pieces for the everyday that are crafted to last a lifetime. Oath's 2021 capsule collection Tides Apart studies the legendary culture of Jeju Island's Hinya, mermaids of the sea. This collection also looks to our own story. Salty-eyed seaside towns have homed the traditional British fishermen for centuries, oilskin trawlers seen slowly evolving into the modern day. Tides Apart draws detailed inspiration from vintage fishing apparel, whilst also experimenting with handcrafted techniques of weave and embellishment. This collection works hard to be eco-conscious and sources sustainable fabrics and trims, while also using offcuts of merino wool, alternative fibres such as bamboo, and upcycled weatherproof jackets.
Westkip's Autumn-Winter 21 collection will explore the combination of mixing natural fabric with technical design details in order to create a unique blend. Inspiration will be taken from our Scottish heritage roots, and we will explore the tartan blanket and the traditional kilt as a way of creating new silhouettes. We aim to create a range of functional and comfortable indoor-outdoor garments that can be worn around Westkip Scottish bothies after a long day of hiking in the Highlands.
Novello Land and Sky is a very personal project to me. It is the research of my family's Danish history, so it homages essentially those in my life that have led me to be here today. It looks at the development of World War II documents from a family member called my great-uncle William, and all of his research notes from when he was on the front lines. So we have diary entries that explain his time at war, and there was evidence of him being part of the Durham Light Infantry, and he had maps and cartography skills, and there was evidence of aviation. So a lot of my work takes a lot of inspiration from that to create a project that essentially reflects me.